You want to know the secret to hitting the pickleball a whole lot harder? You gotta relax. Watch this, incredibly rigid with our wrist. That's only gonna be able to go so hard. It's not that it didn't have any power, but watch, if we relax and we let the wrist naturally finish afterwards, that snap, that power coming from letting our wrist go afterwards. So Andre Agassi even said the most important part of a tennis stroke is the 6 inches after we've already contacted the ball. Well, the ball's gone, we can't technically do anything to it anymore. But what it does is it makes us allow our wrist to follow through and let go afterwards. It gets us the natural topspin, it gets to utilize the nice carbon fiber face that we have on our Rue Sports paddles, but we're doing this so that we can, without all of this extra motion here, all of this extra motion is going to cause our eyes to bounce, our paddle to move around, us to hit the ball off center. So if we need more power, instead of having to do this, we can get it by getting nice follow through. So all the ball knows is how it was contacted. It doesn't care if it took this big old path back here, but if you need some more power, we tend to think to only take the paddle back further. But if you've ever been up here, not obviously in the kitchen, although it really feels good to be able to rip them out of the air in the kitchen. When you're behind the kitchen line and you're going to hit a nice put away volley, what happens a lot of times is we hit this ball down. Well, that's a lot of times because our left arm is down in our pocket and our hands, it's cute, our hands want to come together. They want to high five at all times apparently. So if you have that problem, keep your hand out in front, clap your hands this way, ball goes in. But by being super rigid, we either try to hit this or we even just use some of our core, which we're following our pickleball fitness program. And so we have strong core. We've looked great, feel great, and play great as a result, right? Link down below. The plugs are on fire today. So are my eyes from the sun. But we don't need this for a put away volley. Here and follow through. We can basically make sure that with a very short backswing, we can allow the power from the acceleration through it because we're not busy trying to lock up and stop it at the same time. So sometimes it appears like we're being wristy. We're actually not being wristy at all. We're contacting the ball out in front. After it's out in front, we make contact and we just let the hand go naturally from doing this. It's also gonna really help protect your tennis elbow and pickle wrist because we're not being so rigid all the time. Out in front, we're out in front and we're contacting nice. But then lack of acceleration is gonna really put a lot of load on our wrist and our elbow here because we already have a lot again from sitting. We're sitting on our phones, we're driving a car. Take inventory throughout the day how often this arm is bent. It's almost all day. So these muscles get really short and they get really tight. And then we come out and play pickleball and we do all this with great extension. We're doing a great job extending well, but these muscles are getting really tired of doing it all the time. And we don't need to add to it by being really rigid and increasing the tension. So let them go. And obviously we have some tips for tennis elbow for loosening and strengthening those muscles too. But for now, good contact out in front. We're gonna get more power on volleys. We're gonna get more power on drives by letting it go. This was out. I was too rigid. Here, wrist, that was nice and deep. It was nice topspin. I didn't have to do a whole bunch of this. I barely moved any more than just letting the wrist finish at the end. If you enjoyed these videos, please hit the like, subscribe, and notification bell below, and we'll see you in the next video.